Alright, what is up YouTube, HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with some information from the OCG. We have Structure Deck Choice for the OCG. But there is a possibility that whatever deck gets chosen in the OCG will come here to the TCG. So Konami has chosen 20 structure decks. 20 archetypes in variation of deck, and they want us to pick one of them as the next structure deck. So whichever structure deck gets chosen will be chosen in 2 cycles. The first cycle will choose the top 5. That's from today, June 21st, to June 27th, which is next Thursday. And then the final decision pick will be from June 28th to July 3rd, which will be the top 5. And then from the top 5, the one that is chosen, that's the winner, will be the next structure deck. And then that structure deck will be later on announced on June 3rd at the end of the day. And we'll go, and then the structure deck will come out December 7th of this year. So it is going to spark a lot of who wants the structure, who will get the structure deck, who deserves the structure deck more type of situation. And there are some contenders on this list that have structure decks, so I don't get why they need a structure deck because they have one. So here are the 20 archetypes that will be voted upon, that were picked from Konami. Sorry guys, that means those who are not on here probably are getting structure deck, and some of these are probably relevant enough to the game that they said, okay, we're going to get these. And some of them I just don't understand why they're here because they have one. So we have for the 20 choices: Insectors, Atlantean Mermail, Chaos, which is Chaos Sorcerer, Emblackless Soldier, ET, and AL. We have Mecha Phantom Beast, Trap Tricks, Jinzo, Sacred Beast, Shadal, Dark Lord, Archfiend, Barbaros, Phantom Knight, Burning Abyss, Black Wings, Crystal Beast, Fabled Prophecy, Madolche, Lightsworm, Charmer, and Trains. All these decks, in order to vote, you will need your Konami ID. You can either get them from, that's your ID that you use when you play on Duel Links to save your game's data, or your, when you play in tournaments and stuff. You'll need to change the language because the language selection will be in Japanese, and you can only vote once, so make sure it counts. Alright, so I'm going to give my full honest opinion. One, I think this is a great idea. I think this is honestly one of the smartest ideas that could ever be said, to have the chance to vote for the structure deck. To see, I think Konami should do this a lot of times. Just, alright guys, here's 20 structure decks, and in the top 5 will get the structure deck, and whoever has the most, that will be the first structure deck coming out, and then do it like that. The first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and have that come out. Because in that way, it's your players choosing what structure decks. Then you cycle out stuff, rotate new stuff in. It's a possibility that the next couple of sets will have support for it. So choose, have them base it on that. Here's the 20 structure deck. Here's the archetypes, and then we choose, and then hopefully we get some support from there. Some of these on this list don't need a structure deck because they have one. I'm looking at you, Lightsworm, that have a structure deck. I'm looking at Mermail Atlantean that has a structure deck. Like, why are either of them on this list? Because they have structure decks. And it's not like they don't have support because they just got some. Also, the same thing in the terms of trains, because what if anything, if trains needed support, Sisters of the Rose had train support. Is there anything missing? I don't know. Is there something missing from that selection? Because I don't remember that ever being an issue. I love a lot of the other choices that are on here. I'd love to see a lot of these decks get a lot of support to see how far they, a lot of them are old, like Chaos. Chaos could be anything, but the main thing they want to focus on is Blacklisted Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, maybe Chaos Emperor Dragon, Chaos Sorcerer, because those are like the big highlighted monsters of chaos. Those are the main monsters when you talk about the word chaos. You're talking about Blackluster Soldier. You're talking about Chaos Emperor Dragon. You may hear Chaos Sorcerer here and there. You may even hear about Demok. Because that was Invasion of Chaos. That was the entire reason why a lot of people bought the Invasion of Chaos, was to get BLS Envoy in the beginning, Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy in the end. A lot of the good spells and traps that were in Invasion of Chaos. Chaos Sorcerer, just to say I have another option of a Chaos monster. So I would love to see that. The Mecha Phantom Beasts are nothing but win tokens. And tokens help Link monsters. So if there's any good token support that would benefit them, any good win support, any just conventional machine support, the Mecha Phantom Beasts are a good option as well. The Trap Tricks, I'd love to see them get some more monster support. Actually, I would love to see them get spell support, if anything, because there's no spells for Trap Tricks. All the Trap Tricks are really based off of are the whole trap cards that they search for, which are all normal. And then, the whole alluring effect of, oh, they're lolly, but when you get close enough, they'll snatch your arm off and kill you because they're really a giant man-eating spider or a man-eating plant. So it would be nice to see what other support they give, what Konami would put into the structure deck. Jinzo, you are one of Joey Wheeler's ace monsters. If he's not rocking Red Eyes, he's not rocking the Summon Skull, he's rocking out with Jinzo. Jinzo, I honestly would love to see Jinzo get some new support. I think a lot of fans of Jinzo and Jinzo's whole setup would love to see Jinzo get some support. What would Jinzo get? Would he get a fusion monster? Would he get a synchro monster? Would there be a variation of a Link or Exceed to support Jinzo in the dark machine that Jinzo is? One of the biggest surprises was Psychic Shockwave, which was the name of Jinzo's attack from the anime being printed into a card, and it summoned Jinzo and stopped trap card effects. So Jinzo, that would be great to see you get some support and get reprinted. If you're not familiar with the Sacred Beasts, they are the knockoff version of the Egyptian gods. These were 3 monsters that were featured in the GX anime. The Mass Haman, Lord of Searing Thunder. I forget what the red one is, but it's the not Cypher the Sky Dragon. And he runs off with continuous traps. We know Raphael, and of course we know their fusion monster. Amatile, the master of I forget what Amatile's full name is, but Amatile is a fusion monster. You need all 3 of the Sacred Beasts to make this monster. Oh, Uriah. Uriah. Yeah, Uriah. I think that's the name of the red one. So there's Uriah, Raphael, and Haman. Those are each of the 3 Sacred Beasts. They have the fusion monster, which is Amatile. And Amatile kind of actually worked well with Phantom of Chaos, because Phantom of Chaos's ability, which was a great combination of, here is a way to, okay, Amatile's in graveyard. Phantom of Chaos, activate, gain a whole lot of attack. I'm not going to do any damage, but I'm at least going to knock you out. So, I don't know how they will play on that. Because you'd have to add, Fiend token cards. You'd have to add continuous spells and traps. Truly support the deck, maybe stall out. So, it's going to be a lot. And then, would there be cards to support it? What other additional support could you give it? Could you give it cards that make tokens for Haman and Uriah? Or Ura. I forget, what is that stupid dragon's name? I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it can work out. Shaddoll, I think a lot of Shaddoll fans would love to see the Shaddoll archetype get support. Maybe finally they get a synchro monster, because for the longest time you have a tuner, and it was a long period of time where you could have printed a synchro. And when the Link's Reigns 2 pack came out, could have been a perfect opportunity to not only give him a Link monster, but give him a synchro monster, But I'd love to see that. The Dark Lords are Dark Fairy. When a lot of the other monsters getting changed into the name Dark Lord, uh, continuous trap support, special summoning of fairy monsters, interacting with the graveyard, the banished. You know, there's a lot to see from there. The Archfiends, if you're not familiar with Archfiends, they're pretty much the monsters. There's two variations of Archfiends. There's the ones that have the ability to search out for each other. There's the ones that are like Summon Skull. That they paid a whole lot of life. They paid 500 life points to do a lot of effects. They have the field spell Pandemonium. There's also the Labyrinth field spell. Just a lot of big hitters, but they have a lot of backdraws to them. Maybe there'll be a lot of cards in this to help mitigate that backdraw, which is life point payment. Maybe we'll see some new Summon Skull support, because Summon Skull is an Archfiend. In his original text, it said Summoned Archfiend. He wasn't initially called Summon Skull. They had the Summon Skull part was done due to translation. There are several monsters that are treated as some that look just like Summon Skull. They have this Archfiend name to them and can be used for fusion summons of other Archfiend Skull monsters. Which supports Joey Wheeler's section of his Red Eyes Summon Skull fusion monsters. Now, the biggest benefit to this is they can get a Link monster, they can get an Exceed monster. They get a lot of support for Pandemonium. It's also funny because I think the duelists who used these monsters were in the GX era, and I remember him making an appearance because he was trying to come back to grab the keys from Alexis and Jayden after Jayden defeated him, and his main target was Alexis because he's under control of darkness. I'd love to see what sparks that variation, and you know, I do believe they did get some monsters later on. They weren't really too good, except for I think like the Harris, the Archfiend, Eris, and then eccentric Archfiend, the Pendulum monster, who popped herself to pop a spell or trap while she's in Pendulum Zone, and then she was a recyclable Exile Force, because she should be herself on the field, destroy a monster on the field. So, Barbaros, that is, Beast King Barbaros. Love to see that. That could be some, variations of negate monster effect cards, and you see Forbidden Chalice again. We see, what's that card? Skill Drain, and, variations of monsters that have a hard condition to be summoned, and have hard conditions on the field, but thanks to skill drain and stuff like that, bam, easy summon. Maybe they give us some support. Probably a new variation of Barbaros himself. Beast King Barbaros Barbaros himself was an amazing monster. We have seen tons of prints of Barbaros because it's just a really easy floater. But when you get Barbaros going, Barbaros is a beast. So to have the Beast King himself in the 1900 going to 3K attacker can be a problem. Do not affect Veiler. It is worse than affect Veiler in the Klima. It's just as bad as affect Veiler in a Clifford monster. But Phantom Knight Burning Abyss. As much as a weird combination PK Fire is, PK Fire getting an actual deck surrounding itself would actually work out well. You'd see reprints of Virgil, Dante, and Beatrice. You'd also possibly get a reprint of their Link monster, the Fallen Angel of Burning Abyss. So, what other support you could possibly see there? Maybe some draw power, maybe some actual spells and traps that could support the deck. A reprint of Dante's Fusion monster. There's a lot of possibilities of this deck, and maybe some things to help speed up the graveyard, and of course get some Burning Abyss cards. What could you possibly see? Break Sword, Phantom Wing, a lot of the level 3s, because they have some really good monsters on both ends, and the reason why they work so well is because a lot of them trigger while they're sent to the graveyard, or when they're sent to the graveyard from deck or field, they get some additional effects as well. So there's a lot going there. Black Wings. Konami's I'm gonna put you in this random set and give you a synchro monster. This could give the possibility of them getting a Link monster, and not have to use Raid Raptors, not have to rely on the Wee Witch Apprentice. Give them their own Link monster. Give them some more support. Whatever Black Wings don't have, give it to them. Then you always reprint Gale, Bora, Shura, Sirocco, Elfin the Raven, Vayu, the Emblem of Honor. We haven't seen that monster or heard that name in so long. That could get a reprint. There'd be a reprint of Icarus Attack. We get a lot of dark support there too, like Allure of Darkness, Burial from a Different Dimension, Foolish Burial, some stuff like that. You could easily see get reprinted with the Burning Abyss. Crystal Beast. Crystal Beast. Crystal Beast. Who doesn't love Crystal? I think the thing about Crystal Beast is what could you possibly give them that decks haven't already given them. The Crystal Beasts have a great field spell. They have draw power. They have searchability. They have pendulum monsters. So if the pendulum monsters were in short demand, this is a great possible way to reprint the pendulum monsters. And then the CCG could get those pendulum monsters finally. Crystal Beast are pretty much the was Jesse Anderson's monsters. That was his archetype. And they had the ability to be placed in the back row when they're destroyed. And was also sent to the graveyard. They have access to Rainbow Dragon, who I believe is called Ultima Rainbow, or Atma Rainbow. I forget what the alternate name is, but we can see a lot of support for the Crystal Beast, and can help summon Rainbow Dragon and rely on Rainbow Dragon's effects and stuff. The Fable. So this is a combination of Fable, Grimrow, Cruise. I think the picture. Did the picture show? I don't know. It's just the fees, but I would love it to include, Chawa and Cerberus and all of them, because that was also a part of the Fables too. They just had the Fables in front of their name. So I'd love to see some support for them. The Fables were pretty much fallen angel monsters, and then you also had the ones that were based off of Mystic Lore, because you had Ganesha, you had Cruz, you had Cerberus, you had Unicorn, you had the Fable Luri, the Fable Kashawa. You had a lot of good monsters for the Fables. They relied on a lot of hand manipulation. They relied on a lot of just here and there through their artwork. They're really cool and decent archetype. It'd be nice to see it get some support. A Link monster, a Seed monster, some draw power, some reprints of cards that help them draw, like our use effects, like Regeki Break, Hand Destruction, Card Destruction, Drag Down to the Grave, stuff like that. Prophecy, fully spellcaster, relies on the spell books to do a lot of their effects. The only card that possibly would see a massive reprint, and people would complain about it, of course, is the High Priestess of Prophecy, because she's technically the only one that didn't have a low rarity print of herself. Even in the Battle of Legends pack, she was in. Even in the Battle Pack 2 pack, she was in. She was still an Ultra. Or I think she was a secret, and it was still hard to find, because I think the hardest card in Battle Pack 2, Battle of the Giants, was Big Eye. And we saw how fast that got reprinted. So it'd be nice to see what they would do with Prophecy, what new spellbook spells they would give them, what Prophecy monsters and stuff like that. Madolche. I think Madolche is just one of those cute, adorable decks that if you sit on it for too long, it starts to do its crazy shenanigans. They don't have draw card, which would be great. They don't have a rank 3, which would be nice to see. And the only indication of royalty they don't have are Emperor or King. So maybe that could be something they reach in. I think it'd be nice to see a lot of reprints, because Hoot Cake, Angeli, and Magellan would be contender reprint cards. Widespread of Ticket and was it Madolce Knights and stuff like that. So we opened the book up for the Madolce. Lightsworn don't need one because they have a structure deck. I don't know why they chose me here, but Lightsworn have one, Mermails have one. Well, Alanians have one. If it's the case of the Mermail bearing of this, that's the only thing that would really count there is to have what should do his name? Oh, Abysseus Megalo, was it Bahamut Shark, their Link monster, which was abused by Bahamut Shark's effect, and stuff like that. Maybe reprints of what was it? Mermail, Abyss, Weed, and Lynn, and all of that. But Lightsworn don't need one, they have one. And they have a Link monster. And they have a ton of support. Lightsworn players might as well just wait for the Chaos. Wait for Chaos support and then just use that. Or use Burning Abyss. Or, combination stuff like that. Because the TCG's not getting the grass is greener back. We can already say that now. So, I don't know what big support you can possibly put in a Lightsworn structure deck. But it wouldn't be worth it. And then Charmers. This is pretty much the cute little girls that we get variations of. We have Hita, the Fire Charmer Ablaze. We have Winnie, the Wind Charmer Verdict. So I'd love to see some of them get some support. Especially because Dirk did not get a secondary stage where you discard a dark monster to search. Neither did Lena. That also could be reprints of their Pacific familiars and what additional effects they could have. Some more spell and trap support. It'd be cute to see it'd be nice to see how cute and adorable this variation of archetype would get. Also, what additional support they would help for the Charmers. And then trains are just big machines. They're big earth machines. You can use a lot of support from Infinity Chasers to boost them up because they have infinite tracks. I don't know what other things they don't have. What the Link monster, you have a range between archetypes already, but I guess if someone wants to see train support, give it to them. So, you guys will get all the information, of course. I'll leave it in the link below. I will share this for you guys. And I will also do videos for the top 5 that will be chosen and the result winner that will be chosen. So, let me know what you guys think of this. And what you guys would like. Which deck would you like to see get the reprint treatment? Get the print treatment of it. What archetype you would like to see get an A structure deck? Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you guys want to be informed of when I upload and do my live streams and stuff. I will catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.